What's up, everybody? ArrgThePirate here, and today we're gonna play Nemesis in the jungle. Now, guys, I had a 13-0 gameplay. Oh man, we were making plays, and my recording stopped halfway through. I don't know what happened. It feels bad, but this is actually the match just before that one, and where I was still trying to kind of learn her kit a little bit. But we did pretty well in this match, but it's not a godlike. Oh man, we got her godlike. But Nemesis, guys, she's absolutely awesome. Let's go over her deck real quick. Now, these are the items I'm looking to build on Nemesis. We've got Assassin's Blessing, Aegis, Chalice of Healing, and Warrior Tabby. Once we get that Warrior Tabby maxed out, we're gonna then go for Hasten Cantata, or Heartseeker, Titan's Bane, Stone-Cutting Sword, and then we have Hide of the Urchin, Brawler's Beat Stick, and Bloodforge, just depending on what we're dealing with in-game. For those of y'all who don't know, Brawler's Beat Stick is anti-lifesteal, so if you're having to deal with an Anubis, throw on Brawler's Beat Stick, because that will pretty much shut him down, and make it where you can actually kill him. Now, we're over here in this solo lane. You know, we had some enemy jungle presence. I was trying to steal their blue, and then, you know, their jungler showed up. My solo laner's doing work, man. You see, he's plenty healthy, and I know he can just absolutely tank. And so, you know, I'm kind of going, I'm going to stick around. I'm thinking, since both of them kind of backed off a little bit, maybe I can actually go steal their blue. I do have great escape. Now, Nemesis, you can kind of think of her with that double dash, kind of like Shimby, but her kit is nothing like Shimby's, guys. She just has that double dash feature, which is nice, but yeah, it's definitely not like Shimby. Now, I try to get a little poke there, but I need to get out of this situation. I'm very low. I'm out of mana, which I guess I'm not very low, but it wouldn't take much to kill me. I am pretty squishy. From here, we're going to back, we upgrade our boots, and then I'm actually going to secure our blue. Hopefully my mid lane, or my solo laner rotates over and he's able to help me out with it. Jin Yu, I think that's his name, Genghis Khan guy, he actually ends up heading over and securing that blue, which is unfortunate, but my solo laner's here, so hopefully we can go in on this and take him out. You know, he dashes through me. I'm taking so much damage from these minions, guys. Oh, I don't know how I survived. But we're going to try to clean these minions up. And you can see with that right there, the minions do work, guys. So you want to be very careful as an assassin of, you know, the laning, you know, just the minions. If there's a lot of archer minions or ranged minions, they're going to kill you. So before you really go in on an engagement, try to check that minions, you know, try to just get an idea of what the minion status looks like. And you can see there, I barely got away with that. If I wouldn't have had that health pot, I would have definitely died there. Now, while I head back and go clean up my jungle and pick up that yellow buff, let's go over her kit real quick. First, we have Swift Vengeance. Now, this is just a double dash that does damage if you do go in between or go through enemies, minions as well, but it's really used for that catch-up mechanism, and you know, it just pairs very well with her kit. We have Slice and Dice, which you swing both your blades, and the enemies that are hit in the middle of your, you know, big cone, they take double damage, and they're slowed for 2 seconds. Next, we have Retribution, which is her 3. It's a temporary shield that protects her from a set amount of damage or until it expires, as a percentage of incoming damage from gods is healed. So you kind of have a heal, but it's not quite like a Shimby heal. Lastly, we have her ultimate. Nemesis chooses a single enemy god, reducing their health and movement speed, and stealing a portion of their protections for a period of time. Her movement speed is also increased during this time. So, Nemesis is all about quickness, and it's awesome. I love being able to just run around the map like crazy. Lastly, we have her passive, Scales of Fate. Nemesis holds the Scales of Balance. Hitting enemies with basic attacks tips the scales in her favor, reducing her target's physical and magical power and increasing hers. So you basically, her kit's all about making the enemy weaker while you are being stronger. And it's absolute awesome kit, and she's an absolute blast to play in the jungle. Although I feel she's not all that complicated, you know, remembering when to use your shield or how to use your shield, using that ultimate at the right time. You know, she can be a little bit tricky for, you know, newer players that are really coming into it, but I would highly recommend trying her out and just seeing if she fits you well. If you were a big Shimby player, you might like her, although, like I said, I don't see her as a Shimby. She just has a, you know, that same kind of play style. Get in, do work, get out. From here, I'm going to head over to that duo lane. You know, those two enemies are very low. I'm gonna go ahead and just dive them. Let's go for it. And I forget to use my Aegis. Well, I actually didn't forget. I just was hitting the wrong button. I constantly, I gotta change where I need to. I actually have it bound to my mouse, but I constantly forget that it's on my mouse because I don't really play games that use a whole lot of mouse buttons. So I'm just terrible with it, guys. I'm just absolutely awful with it. But we end up taking both of them out, which is absolutely huge. You know, that was kind of a sacrificial death, and I really wanted to get that tower down. And you can see we got a ton of damage on that tower. So it might not have been worth it, but getting our carry fed, you know, she picked up both those kills, which is absolutely amazing. And, you know, that's huge. From here, we're going to head to mid, you know, kind of clean mid up. And then Raw gets back, you know, that's great. I'm going to peel off and go kind of tend to my jungle. Now, so far in Smite, the jungle definitely has been my favorite role or position in the Assassins. Guys, I absolutely love the assassin role. It's so fun. You know, I've always really liked burst damage, and assassins are just melee burst heroes. You know, you're just like your caster. You're very squishy, but you do tons and tons of damage, and you have just a little bit of sustain. So someone like Countess, Kalari, or Shimby, you know, those were my heroes in Paragon, and that's the assassin role. There's, you know, 15 of them in Smite, and it's absolutely awesome. Oh, I love the assassin role. Now, Serket shows up, and guys, Serket, there's Serket. She can actually land that poison. That I don't think I've ever successfully hit anybody with that #2 poison she has. And, you know, you do have to be careful, because if she gets, you know, those 3 poisons on you, you just gotta get out. And, you know, we end up trying to get a gank. You know, Athena shows up, and we're just not able to get that off. And especially me being out of mana, I'm gonna go tend to the lane and just go ahead and back. I'm completely useless without mana, just like Shimby. I know I've said that a lot, even though I don't think they're alike. But, you know, yeah, these type of heroes are just completely useless without mana. And so, hey, just get out and go ahead, refresh, get back in lane, go pick up your yellow. And really, guys, as the jungler, the yellow camp is just so important, even late game. You know, in the late game, the other buffs kind of fall off, and you don't see a whole lot of people picking up the mana camp or the void camp or even the damage camp near as much. But as the jungler, you should always try to pick up the speed buff. It is just so good for getting around the map quickly, you know, getting ganks, things like that. It's just so important to have that as much as possible. Now, I am going in on this Jonas, and he ends up, or Jonas, whatever his name is, he ends up teleporting himself, and we gotta get out. You know, his little, you know, wavy ball things, if you can dodge them, they're, you know, a little bit tricky to stand in the right spot, and they're pretty hard to hit if you're actually playing them. But if you get hit with both of them, holy moly, it does a ton of damage. So we just gotta play safe with that, and we're gonna get this mid lane set in the right direction. You know, get it pushing, let Raw get back in lane and continue his farm. We just don't want him to get overran. From here, I'm going to head to our solo lane. Hopefully we can actually make something happen. Sure enough, they're Jinwoo. His name's something like that, guys. He ends up backing up and gives us a free tower. I don't know why he did that, but hey, works for me. And then we're gonna just pick up our jungle camps as normal, back, and then actually throw on that katana. And guys, I I really like this item, you know, attack speed, you know, movement speed. There's nothing bad about this item. And sure enough, we're able to head into this fight. And you can see I'm using that dash to do damage, but that dash doesn't just do an entire lot. And, you know, hey, is what it is. Now, I have no idea what's happening right there. I don't know the Beetle Man. I've never played him. I don't know anything about him. But I guess he's got maybe some kind of prevents death deal. Now, our solo laner was like, hey, let's take out Fire Giant. And I was kind of shocked, but hey, if we're going to be a team, let's go for it. We just don't have the damage to do it. It's too early without a full team rotation. It's just way too early to deal with that. So, no problem. Let's back off. Let's get our lane set. Let's get them pushing in the right direction. Hopefully we can make something happen here in mid, but Jonas ends up backing up, or Giannis. Is his name Giannis? I think it's Giannis. You know, I'm an American guy, so I get J's with J, but yeah, I think his name is Giannis. But anyways, he ends up backing up, you know, keeps him safe for a little bit. And I was going to back, but I kind of see like, hey, it looks like something might actually happen here. So let's go ahead and take out Bugman, and, you know, we're doing work. Raw hits like a truck, guys, and he ends up actually getting a double kill there with that ultimate. Oh, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and back off from here. You know, the more I play the assassin role, the more I'm like, hey, you know, I'm at half health. I'm gonna get out because, yeah, one hit from a caster, boom, I'm dead. You know, if you've got an ADC that pokes you a couple of times, oh, you're dead. If there's any kind of CC, oh, you're dead. So, really, you have to play pretty cautious as the assassin role. Even though Nemesis does have quite a bit more sustain, she can play a little more recklessly. You know, I'm just not super comfortable with her kit yet. And, you know, I haven't played her just a whole ton. So, really, you know, I just want to play careful, get out. You know, there's nothing else was going to happen, maybe me dying. That's about it. Now, from here, we're going to head to mid. You know, their Circuit was there, and, you know, hey, we were going to go deal with her. But the Bugman's here, and you see I'm body blocking, trying to do some work. But, hey, let's go ahead and get out. Circuit shows up, uses her dash to run through, and her support ends up diving her and securing that kill. Oh, what a play. What a play. And from here, we're just gonna kind of hang out, see what needs to happen. You know, I'm not very good at using the ping system, like, you know, hey, attack this lane. But when someone says, hey, attack a lane, I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen. And after Raw got that ult, let's go kill this guy. Now, I really thought I killed Giannis, but I think the Bugman, he's got some kind of weird pull, and he was able to pull him out. That's what it looked like after reviewing the video. It looks like that what happened. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but hey, no problem. We're gonna try to go back in. You know, we're not very healthy, but if we could help our team, that's what I want to do. Athena just ends up diving that tower, and, you know, just great. You know, it would have been helpful for me to go in there. But me being as low as I was, you know, it would not take much at all to kill me. So I'm just gonna get out. From here, we end up putting on that stone carver. So hey, we're starting to get a little bit more tank, or a little bit more damage, and we should start deleting people pretty quick. You know, this has been a pretty eventful match. You know, we're 1-1-6, so we've been helping. We just haven't been securing kills, which is completely fine. You know, I don't believe in kill stealing. I don't believe in any, you know, same kind of values that I had in Paragon. It's a team game. Everybody work as a team. And so, hey, let's make that happen. Now, I end up dropping the red buff, and Raw ends up picking it up. That's absolutely great. Circuit ends up heading to mid, so I guess her little jump thing actually took her out of my slice and dice. I guess she had enough verticality, so maybe this ability, if someone's jumping, just don't even use it. I'm not sure, but she ends up getting out of that, which, hey, no problem. It'd have been nice to hit her, but it's not that big of a deal. We're gonna just continue to really clean up these jungles, you know, and then if we can head in to actually get a gank, we want to make sure that happens. Now my team is all here in mid. Let's body block this bug guy. Oh yeah, baby. We take him out, no problem at all. I'm going to end up dashing in, and we end up securing that Scurvy kill. And then I use my ultimate on Jin, Genghis Khan, and we're able to take him out. Awesome. You know, getting a triple kill at this point in the game, you know, in this mid lane, yeah, that's great. Now would be a perfect time to pick up something like Gold Fury. So, you know, that's what I'm pinging, like, hey, let's pick up Gold Fury. Now, guys, if you want to be able to, you can hold left alt and then use your cursor to click on the map. That's something that I wish I would have known, but you can do that, and it makes it a lot easier to point out buffs, things like that. Now, since Raw didn't head over to Gold Fury, I'm going to peel off, and then I erase their ADC. Y'all see that? I erased her! Like, oh. Yeah, buddy. Coming online. The assassin role to me, guys, it's so much fun. Going in, doing work, you know, but it is very risky, you know, doing that kind of stuff with a Fed carry. She'd have deleted me. And if her dog would have been there, you know, her dog was still on Raw. If her dog would have been right next to her, that dog probably would have killed me. But hey, you know, knowing those type of things when you go in for those engagements is absolutely huge. And we made a good call, able to take her out. And from there, we're going to rotate to mid and, you know, kind of clean that up, and then back, throw on another item. From here, I'm actually going to head to our solo lane. You can see there's a solo lane battle right now, and I end up throwing my shield on just way too early. I didn't realize it was on such a short cooldown, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to try to get some of that dash damage onto Jin, and he ends up getting out. No problem, let's take the tower. You know, we should be able to get the tower. Jonas shows up, Giannis shows up, and he ends up actually portaling out my solo lane. But hey, we gotta get out. You know, we need to get out of this situation bad. And I ended up getting grabbed. You know, I feels bad. I ended up actually using my relic there. If y'all noticed, I'm getting better at using relics. I just, half the time I hit 14 buttons at once because I'm kind of flipping out a little bit. So, there's been a few times I actually collapsed my game. Oh, feels bad. No problem. We end up getting a pretty careless death. You know, we both end up going down there, which, you know, 2 deaths for tier 2 is, you know, that's really not worth it. But that did alleviate a lot of pressure. You know, their entire team rotated over. So, you know, it helped out our team, I guess, in a way. Looking at the positives, guys. Now, I'm kind of looking over those items, seeing, hey, what do I want to build into? And I actually end up don't picking up anything because I'm terrible. But we're doing a pretty decent job of farming. You know, even though we had 2 deaths, I don't really feel my tankiness is an issue right now, especially with that insane movement speed. We end up going in on Giannis right there, and I was thinking with Raw is so close, he might be able to head over. But, you know, since Raw's kit is so weird where you have to use abilities to move fast, Scurvy ends up heading over to him, and we delete her, guys. We just tore her to pieces. Giannis is still here, and I guess the Bugman can pull people, because y'all tell me, I should have killed him, right? Like, I guess Bugman can pull people. Well, it is what it is. We end up heading over to Jin Yu, and we're gonna delete him, guys. You know, there was a pretty big minion wave, so he took a lot of poke from that, and then we tear him up. We tear him up, guys. Oh, Nemesis the assassins. I love them. They're so much fun, guys. Now we then go ahead and build our Titan's Bane. Now this is really that tank deleter. It doesn't have a whole lot of power, but it ignores a ton of armor, and you can see we did work on Bugman, and they actually end up surrendering after that kill, which, you know, hey, I had confidence we were going to win that one, so is what it is. But hey, this was an awesome match. It wasn't as good as my other one. I really wish I could show that one to you. Oh, we made plays that game, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this Nemesis guide. I hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, show me some love. Leave me a comment, think about subscribing, add me on Smite, guys. We also have a clan, Scurvy Dog Crew, or TSDC is the tag. And guys, feel free to join. Well, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.